Welcome to Good Mythical More. We're gonna be presented with ads or descriptions and marketing of toys that have been discontinued. Can we tell why based on that experience that we're gonna have with the toys?
I bet we can.
All right.
We just set ourselves on fire and put it right out.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, let's tell a 10-word story.
You start.
Bobby.
Cuts.
Logs.
So.
Daryl.
Can.
Eat.
His.
Oat.
Boys.
Bobby cuts logs so Daryl can eat his oat boys.
What are oat boys? What are oat boys, Rhett? You know, tell him.
Oat boys?
Yeah, just tell him.
It's what makes a full oatmeal.
Right.
Is multiple boys.
Right. Gotta get your oat boys.
Each individual little piece of oatmeal is just an oat boy.
That was fun.
Yeah. So you like to tell stories in present tense. Yeah. Cuts.
Pulls you into the story.
Yeah.
You don't like to be critical of my 10-word stories.
I'm just what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to start a story that'll be like that could be a sentence that might if somebody's telling a story. Usually it's past tense. However, there's some authors who do the present tense thing. So if that's what you're doing, that's cool, man.
All right, I'll do another one.
Oh.
Pickle.
Jim. I'm trying to create a subject here.
Loved.
Yes. Pickle.
Patty.
Because.
Pickle.
Patty.
Plays.
Patty cake.
Pickle Jim loved pickled patty because Pickle Patty plays patty cake. Hey, that was almost a 10-word tongue twister.
10-word tongue twister. Add that
Pickle
to the wheel.
Jim loved pickled patty because Pickle Patty plays patty cake.
Right.
Actually, easier to say. All right, show me the thing you want to show me, Stevie, and we'll tell you the things you want to hear.
You know, I would venture to say that a genre of discontinued toys that might be at the top of your favorites list is discontinued toys that were discontinued because of danger.
Right, yes.
Something bad happening.
Yeah.
And you've played with a lot of discontinued toys, so
Either that or bodily fluids, which we've established.
Sure.
Danger of bodily fluids, we're into it.
Yeah. I'm going to show you a toy or talk about a toy, and then you're going to have to guess why it was discontinued.
Ooh.
And they're good reasons.
I like this.
Take a look at these.
They're what reasons?
Good
reasons.
I mean, they're good reasons because it's bad.
Good.
Aqua dots.
Colorful dots to cool designs.
For this one, we actually have a commercial. So take a look.
Oh.
What can you dot, then spray for fun that stays?
Aqua Dot!
The magical dots you create, spray, and play. Start with a design and pop, pop, pop your aqua dots. And here's the trick. Spray with water to make them stick. No heat, no glue, no messy ironing to do. Aqua dot colorful balloons or an awesome aqua rocket ship. Just let it dry and make it fly. Now you've got it, aqua dot it.
Wow, I'd really like for that guy to be my friend. I'd love to hang out with him just and have some leisure time.
See,
with a guy who talks like that.
It wasn't that annoying back in the 70s.
I know.
They hadn't figured that out yet.
Cooler music.
These were getting the kids.
Hi. The little sniffy.
They were because it was plastic that was melting, and they were like.
But it's just water that's sprayed on it. It said just add water.
Yeah, but they come out liquid and then they get hard. They dry. It was getting the kids.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to iron it, so there's no. What is that? I thought that was.
I think the flusher might be working.
The flusher.
Finally, the flusher.
Lucas is over there getting that doll to pee.
Yeah, kids were getting.
Lucas, don't play with the pee baby during Good Mythical More, please.
Okay, so Rhett, your guess is the.
Yeah, that's my guess too.
That's your guess too, Link?
Yeah, because it
couldn't be they were eating the stuff because kids could eat anything.
Well,
it's like liquid plastic. When you add water, it hardens. It had to have been toxic in some way. If you ate it, it would probably kill you.
Okay, we're all over it.
Yeah, we are.
It's the beads and eating them, but you haven't quite landed on what the beads do when you eat them.
Yeah, they harden. They harden because there's water in your body, and they choke you to death. So like you're sitting there like, I'm gonna taste this, and then all of a sudden your whole mouth is it's coated in hard plastic.
When you ate the beads,
You became a wax figure.
expanded to the size of a volleyball.
No, they didn't.
No.
They just hardened.
You're just so close, but actually, when you ate the beads, they were like roofies.
Oh my goodness! So
They have the same chemical
contain
makeup
the
as
same
roofies.
chemical makeup as roofies.
Yeah.
Oh.
In
my
2007,
Stevie's giddy about it.
three.
Yeah.
Well, because
Yeah.
what? Like,
That's
who was
crazy.
like, oh, you know what? These beads will be fine. Just make them roofies and give them to kids. In 2007, 3 children became extremely ill after swallowing the beads. After an investigation, it was discovered that the dangerous chemical 1,4- butanol, I guess that's what roofies are,
Yep.
was introduced into the manufacturing process. What? That's so ambiguous. So when it was ingested, it metabolized. What do you mean? Was introduced into the manufacturing process.
Can I ask
I don't know,
a
I
question
wasn't
about roofies, just to help the public? Because I don't know anything about roofies. Is it an illicit drug, or is it like? Can you just?
Is it like a drug that you could get over the counter for some good reason that people are taking and like?
Right. Is roofie
Putting
an
in
actual thing, or is it a repurposed something else?
We should get Chase in here to explain it. He knows all about them.
Right.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah, because of the website that he goes to.
I
his
think
browser.
I'm not totally sure, but I do think it's
just
something where like people they could be recreational knowingly.
Okay.
But then obviously
if you take them and you didn't know
unknowingly.
that you took them.
And how do you
Yeah.
know if
I
you've
don't
been
know,
roofied?
though.
Because somebody can, if you don't know, because I'm ignorant about this stuff. You put it in somebody's drink, and then they don't have any judgment.
It's
I think
like
they basically
this,
like black out.
yeah, it's almost like
It's a sedative.
you know, it's a muscle relaxer, but it's essentially, I mean, it's basically like, wait, I didn't have 15 cocktails.
Why do I
only
feel
had
this
a
way?
sip of one. And
Right.
What is happening right now?
That's why you always go out with friends you trust, and then you find someone you can exit with if you feel funny.
And never leave your drink anywhere. Always keep it with you.
Always keep it on your mouth.
Yeah, and don't get this toy.
And don't get that toy.
Always
Okay.
put your drink inside of a Camelback only.
Do you want hair like mine? We got the Mythical Clay Pomade. Available at mythical.com.
I'm glad the way
I
you,
do like
That's
that
just a
you
little
merged
teaser.
the roofie talk
Yeah.
into the pomade.
Yeah,
plug.
yeah. Now you've made an association.
Do you hate roofies, but like my hair?
That's
Get the
good.
Mythical Pomade.
I like that. That's good. That's
Mythical Clay Pomade.
That's good
Fierce
marketing.
but flexible. I use it every morning. I'm obsessed with it. I'm freaking obsessed with it. I'm so proud of it. And there's more where that came from. More on that later.
Okay. The next toy, the Gilbert U 238 Atomic Energy Lab,
Oh,
was
dang.
a chemical reaction lab kit for the budding junior scientists that included ores, a radiation detector, an electroscope, a Geiger counter, and a government manual on prospecting for uranium.
Okay, so it
I
was
see a few things wrong with this.
it was radiant.
It was actually radioactive.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah.
Wow, they really went all the way, didn't they?
Yeah, it came with real radioactive uranium ore
Damn.
It sold for $50 in the early 1950s, and it came with 4 samples of uranium-bearing ores.
What?
What on
Yeah.
earth?
Yeah.
But I don't know much about nuclear stuff, but I think that uranium
Nuclear.
ore,
It's nuclear, first of all.
uranium ore, while radioactive, because it's not enriched, it's not like the kid's gonna make a bomb out of it, right? But like, I guess you technically shouldn't be like handling it.
Yeah, I think it can mess you up. It's a cool looking box though.
Yeah, I want it.
I know, I kind of want it.
I mean, what happened? They just decided it was radioactive and discontinued it, and that was the end of it. That was the end of the fun. I mean, I don't know. Obviously there's some things that should be discontinued, right? Things that the ones that we just talked about.
Things that would irradiate your internal organs.
Not those, but like the roofie dots. Those should be discontinued because, these little colorful dots, kids are going to accidentally eat them. You know that's going to happen.
Right. We are not for that.
But if you're selling an atomic energy lab in a kit,
Yeah. And it contains ores.
The whole point is, hey guys, put your protective gear on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even the thing with the Barbie, as an example, like, it's, okay, yes, Barbie makes sparks with her feet. We know that. That's a thing. So we now the things that happen with sparks can also happen with this Barbie. We shouldn't discontinue that just because sparks cause fire. That's just something that happens. Kids might need to learn that. But like, if you get something that is, there's no way you could have known that this thing causes this, or like, obviously occasionally they find out that some baby product is like unsafe because a baby can get caught in it or something like that. You gotta discontinue that stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's something that is known to be dangerous, that's incorporated into the toy a little bit, isn't that just like life lesson time?
Part of it.
You know?
It's like racing, man.
Am I right or wrong?
It's part of it.
Am I right or wrong, guys?
You're right, man.
I don't know, man.
Hey, do you want to have hair kind of like mine, but you want to be able to make it more malleable?
This is an extended ad.
You can get the Mythical original pomade.
Yep.
This is our original. It's more.
Yeah, I used to use that when my hair was short.
It's miney, but it's more malleable. So you can get that, highly rated. Check out the reviews at amazon.com/mythical. You will not be disappointed.
It's not non-toxic as well.
There's more where that came from.
In 2007, the CSI fingerprint examination kit, based on the popular show, was recalled.
Because it came with fingers. It came with the fingers of criminals. They were chopping off fingers, putting them in the boxes, and they deemed it unethical.
I think that
It says warning on it. There's 2 warnings.
Well, if one says choking hazard, I can't read the other warning.
Is there a third smaller warning? Isn't that weird? There's warnings of different sizes on the front. Adult supervision recommended. This seems to fall into your category of, hey, we're telling you right now.
However,
don't complain later.
However, if there was something like,
criminal.
The ink that they used for the fingerprint placing or whatever was toxic in some way that they didn't anticipate. And kids, they play around, they forget they were playing around, they start licking their fingers like all kids do. Mm-hmm. So it's something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and see, that should be recalled because that's unexpected.
Kids start licking their fingers and then they start watching all the CSI shows.
Right.
Exclusively.
Well, yeah, it was all part of a sinister plan.
Are they still running, I wonder?
Yes.
I think a version, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It had to do with the fingerprint dust that was in there.
What would it do?
It contained asbestos.
right.
Oh, dang, really?
Known to the state of California to do serious damage.
Known to anyone everywhere to not be something you want to be putting on your fingers.
It says substantial quantities of.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you know, I recently read that
I don't.
there was a special cigarette made in the 40s, 50s, and the advertisement was now with asbestos filters. And so there was a type of cigarette that a certain person, signed up for and
You,
smoked.
you would burn the tobacco with chemical additives through a filter.
Through asbestos. You were literally sucking
That was
smoke
asbestos.
through asbestos. And of course, lots of people who smoked back in the day and now got lung cancer, but those people probably got it almost.
Yep.
I mean, it's crazy. It was called the Kent Micronite. It was only available from 52 to 54.
Catchy.
6 types of asbestos.
But could you imagine, like, I mean, I'm sure those people, before they understood what was happening, they all got lung cancer and died. You know, it's probably that kind of thing.
I mean, they didn't. It was in everything, all types of building materials, and it still is in like old buildings and
It's
stuff.
one thing
because-
to be in the wall. It's another thing to be in the thing that you're sucking on all day.
Yes, because they put it in everything because apparently they just thought it was a revolutionary, awesome material.
You ready to move away from asbestos now, or
Do you want to have a beard
Okay.
that's
Not
as
yet.
balmy as Rhett's? Well, get this beard balm.
This stuff is beautiful and wonderful.
So now you're making the asbestos
Smells
to grooming segue.
And you
Who
know what?
knows
I'll
what
just
you're
go.
gonna do to
I'll just
sales?
go all the way. If you want a really good brush to round out your collection, get the Mythical brush.
It smells so good.
Test it on Stevie's hair. Do you want a comb?
Oh, I thought you were asking them.
Tested on
test it
Stevie's
on
hair.
my-
Buy it and test it on Stevie's hair if you ever run across her.
No, don't do that.
And the musical comb.
You will sometimes catch Stevie in her office because you can see right into her office because of the glass door.
I see right through all of her actions.
And sometimes she'll just be, she doesn't know it's a glass door.
That you're watching?
No, she doesn't know it's a glass door. It's a one-way thing. She on the inside of her, is she here? On the inside of her office, it just looks like a regular door.
Right.
So you just see her in there, just sort of like Rapunzel sometimes with this thing. It's
It's a good comb. Brush.
I've been meaning to talk to her about it because I feel like she's doing it too much.
We got a musical comb too that will comb hair and also
Yes,
play the GMM theme song.
it will. It will. I never put it up right though.
After we crapped on that person with the wheel ending, then we're sitting here and doing our own version of that.
Yep.
And then if you want some Mythical lip balm, it doesn't get any better than Candy Milk unless you like Peculiarly Perfect Peanut Butter Peppermint Lip Balm. Both of these are so good. I don't go a day without using my Peculiarly Perfect Peanut Butter Peppermint Lip Balm. Get it all at Amazon.com/mythical along with the bag. It's the Mythical grooming products to make yourself awesome looking.
Let's end on a high note.
Well, see if this is a high note because I haven't read the second part. Rad repeatin' Tarzan was an action figure that would repeat whatever you said back to you. It was released in 1999 and shortly thereafter pulled off the shelves.
Because
What was the reason?
he could have potty mouth.
No, I think it's his hand position. I mean, look at that.
That combined with he would say anything back to you.
Ultimately, what year did you say?
1999.
They wouldn't, well, they still do things that repeat, but you can basically get Tarzan to say anything, but that feels like, I mean, that's kind of a common feature of a lot of these talkback
You don't think
dolls.
that was it?
I think it's hand position.
Yes, and I must say there is a button on the back of him that when you press it, it makes his arm lift up and down. Here's a little photo.
Oh my.
Ah!
What in the world, Tarzan?
And what is that diagram above him going from right to left?
Yeah.
Is that the Tarzan?
That's his semen.
I think that's his actual member. It's like a map of his member.
Yep.
Try me. Please try me. Please! You don't have to buy me, but please try me!
Hear him do the jungle call. That's what they're calling it these days.
Press to make his arm raise, and lower and raise again.
Mom, I told you to not interrupt me when I'm doing the jungle call. Unleash your legendary style with our line of Mythical grooming and personal care products available now at Amazon.com/mythical.